On May 4th of 2022, Stripe boldly stepped into the ring with its latest launch of Stripe's financial connections. The move challenged Plaid's long-held supremacy in the financial connections domain. Now that we have two high-performing contenders, it's time for a face-off. In this video, we'll assess what each company brings to the table, easing you into a well-informed decision about the platform worth integrating with. Hi everyone, I'm Ronan Eisen, your guide here on Unihive channel, the buzzing hub for e-commerce, fintech, and payments insights. So what exactly are financial connections? I'm sure at one point in the past, you had an experience being prompted to add your checking or savings account to an app. After entering your online banking credentials, the app gains access to your bank account information and can keep track of accounts activities. This is ideal for financial analysis, credit underwriting, profiling, and a whole lot more. The two largest players in this sphere are Plaid and Stripe. The first contender, Plaid, born in 2013 from the minds of Zach Perret and William Hakim, enjoyed a monopoly in the sphere up until 2022. Plaid offers products that are built on top of transactions data. The second contender, Stripe, launched in 2011 by Collison Brothers, quickly became a leader in payment processing realm. They entered the game of financial connections only recently. So how do two of our contenders compare in a different aspects of financial connection sphere? I've distinguished few aspects by which we can compare each of them. So here's the first one. And here I will compare only the products that are within the realm of financial connections. So in Plaid, I counted about 20 products in total. Out of these 20 products, I think only one can be eliminated because it doesn't strictly fall under financial connection sphere. So we end up with 19 products. Unlike Stripe, Plaid enables businesses to access their clients' liability accounts, such as mortgage, car or student loan accounts. On top of that, Plaid enables businesses to tap into their users' investments accounts. But what about Stripe? What do they have to offer? First and foremost, Stripe is payment processor. Stripe offers 23 products according to my count in total. Within these 23 products, I could distinguish only one that is applicable for this comparison, and it is called Financial Connections. Let's keep in mind, this product is an expansion of Stripe's payment processing related suite of products. Also, important to note that Stripe Financial Connections product combines features that Plaid offers as a separate product. For instance, for bank account verification and ownership confirmation, in Plaid you would use auth or identity. To check account balances with Plaid, you would use balance. Historical transactions data retrieval, as well as receiving updates on new transactions, live within Transactions product. All these features in Stripe represented by a single product. There are products that are exclusive to Plaid only. Signal, identity verification, beacon, monitor, investments, liabilities, and more are the products that are not present in Stripe. In Stripe, there are multiple products that are available within Stripe, but not in Plaid. But again, those products are not within the financial connection sphere, therefore not applicable in this comparison. So as a summary, in this aspect, Stripe does lag behind Plaid in terms of variety of financial connections related products. So if your business needs extend beyond retrieving depository account transactions data and to be able to tap into data from liability types of account, for example, Plaid emerges a winner, despite the fact that Stripe aggregates few of the products offered by Plaid into one. The next aspect for comparison is the number of integrated institutions. Plaid integrates with all major banks in the US, Canada, and UK. In US alone, Plaid is integrated with over 12,000 financial institutions. Stripe, however, only integrates with approximately 5,000 banks in the US. But don't let these numbers misguide you. These 5,000 banks cover 90% of all US bank accounts. In addition, for ACH payments, Stripe has a fallback option through a microdeposit mechanism, which does not exist in Plaid. This allows verifying the accounts with the banks that are not integrated with Stripe. This type of verification will provide access to ACH payments processing only, though. It will not give you the ability to pull or subscribe to transactions data. So, as a result, in this aspect, once again, Plaid is a clear winner. But with a remark. Plaid, unlike Stripe, does not have a microdeposit mechanism for bank account verifications, which may be more important for you if you're targeting ACH payments processing. While preparing the materials for this video, I came across a thread on Y Combinator's Hacker News forum. In that forum, one major pain point for Plaid that was brought up is their pricing structure. Plaid has opaque enterprise-style pricing model. I checked their website myself, assuming that things may have changed since the time these posts were made. Unfortunately, I have to confirm that figuring out the pricing was not easy. Plaid's pricing page offers 3 payment plans, of which the free tier offers the initial 100 free connections only. Once that threshold is reached, you will be switched to the next pay-as-you-go tier. The pricing page does not show exact numbers for that tier. I had to do some digging to find the breakdown for the plan. Well, folks, I just had to hit a pause button on this video because while editing, I discovered that previously recorded video is no longer up to date. Apparently, our friends at Plaid have been shaking things up, giving their pricing structure a bit of a makeover. First of all, to get a peek at the pricing, you must be logged into your Plaid account. Once you're in, head over to the settings section on your dashboard. In addition to 3 payment tiers we saw on their pricing page, they've introduced a few prepaid plans. And here's the biggie. It looks like Plaid has removed the flat fee of 30 cents per month per item for transactions product. Instead, now it charges per API call, which means that every time new transactions pulled from the account, you will be charged up to 10 cents for each pooling. In my opinion, this change represents a definite upward trend in cost for transactions product, which is the most frequently used product in my experience. It only takes a few API calls to match the previous price of 30 cents per month. The final cost of using their API now heavily relies on how optimized your implementation is. Stripe's pricing strategy, on the other hand, is crystal clear. Finding the pricing breakdown is very easy with no account required to see the costs. Stripe charges a flat rate fee of $1.50 for the initial authorization, which also enables instant account verification. For transactions data, Stripe charges flat rate of 30 cents per institution per account holder per month, which is, in my opinion, stacks up as a much more appealing model than Plaid's strategy. For other financial connections related API calls, similar to Plaid, Stripe charges 10 cents per API call. Stripe also offers discounted rates for high volume clients. So previously, I wanted to call it a draw between Plaid and Stripe in the aspect of pricing. But due to Plaid's recent switch it up pricing model, I think Stripe takes the cake. Their pricing model is not only more appealing, but it's also transparent, predictable, and friendlier to your wallet if you're a subscriber to transactions data. And now, back to the main content. I included this aspect for comparison because development experience can greatly affect the cost. Development is not cheap, so having easy development experience can reduce time required to bring your integration to fruition. And here, as a developer myself, I tip my hat to Stripe. Their documentation is impeccable, and their development tools are robust, adaptable for any development stack. Stripe's dashboard is very easy to navigate and use. Their development logs are clear, consistent, and very easy to navigate. Also, their dashboard is feature complete, which means that it fully matches their API. Therefore, everything can always be done manually. Plaid, on the other hand, falls behind Stripe in this aspect. In my previous video, which you can watch over here, I went through some of the Plaid's quirks. I advise that you watch it. In it, I mentioned that Plaid's dashboard is not feature complete, meaning there are some things you can only do using their API. For instance, you will not be able to manipulate items directly within the dashboard. For that, you must use their API calls. Their logs are not very helpful for debugging purposes. Their documentation is good, however, it does not match up to Stripe's. So in this round, I confidently say that Stripe is the winner. I hope many companies would use Stripe's documentation as the model for their own. So the million-dollar question is, Plaid or Stripe? Well, as often it is, it very much depends. Although Plaid came out as a winner in this comparison, the choice between the two should be dictated by your business requirements only. Plaid is your go-to for a broader range of products, for analysis and profiling, also for transactions data. Plaid claims greater number of banks it integrated with. That said, it'd be useful to translate that number to the actual percentage of bank accounts in the US, like Stripe does it. I'm sure that percentage-wise, the difference in coverage is not that large. Also, small banks may not be critical for your business, as most consumers in the US use large commercial banks. No doubt that Stripe will catch up with Plaid eventually. As of now, in my opinion, Plaid is the leader in financial connection sphere. It has been in this space for much longer, so their integrations with banks are most likely more polished than Stripe's. And here's another perspective to consider. If you process payments, chances are you're already using Stripe in your integration. This may be a significant factor for choosing Stripe. The development costs can be reduced and development process can be simplified if a single API is used across your app. In addition, if ACH payments is what you're aiming for, then Stripe is a much better choice in my opinion, as payment processing and invoicing is their specialty. And there you have it, folks. The stage is set for gripping showdown in the financial connection space. Are you Team Stripe or are you Team Plaid? Drop us a comment and let us know. Remember, you can always book a consultation with us on our website if you have more questions or if you need help to plan and develop your next project. We specialize in e-commerce, payments, and fintech solutions development. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next one.